For this video, I'm going to take you for a tour of Cape Barnegat State Park, located in Barnegat Light, New Jersey. As someone who grew up with family in New Jersey, I always had a certain mental image of the state of New Jersey, and it resembled a lot like the opening titles of the Sopranos. You know, I always thought about driving up the turnpike and seeing all those chemical plants and oil refineries and that kind of stuff, and that's what I had thought of New Jersey as a kid. But in my defense, I spent most of my time in Newark as well as Jersey City, and that's just what's up there. You know, it is a bunch of factories and warehouses and chemical plants and those type of things. As I've gotten older, though, I've started to explore the rest of the state, especially South Jersey. It's so much different from the north side of the state. You know, there's so much natural beauty down here. You know, it's a lot of lighthouses and fishing communities and seashores and beaches and beach houses. And if you've never been to the southern side of the state, you're really missing out. And that's pretty much how I ended up here today at Cape Barnegat State Park. This is a wonderful attraction located on Barnegat Bay, and there's just a lot of neat things to do here. For example, you can take a tour of the lighthouse for a nominal fee, as well as visit the interpretive center. There's a bunch of great nature trails here. There's also a beach area, as well as a boardwalk and pier that goes out into the bay. It's just a very scenic, beautiful place, and if you're into photography or videography like I am, there's so many opportunities to film birds, and you know, bird watchers are probably going to love this place too because of all the wildlife that's here, and quite a few of them are protected species and endangered species too. So I mean, there's just a lot to see and do here. Now, the tours for the lighthouse, you have to be able to walk up 217 stairs, which is quite a lot of physical activity for some people. They do those tours early in the afternoon. There's also a lot of great places to fish off the pier, and you are permitted to do fishing here at Barnegat Bay. They don't allow drone usage, so if you want to film the seashore and waterways and stuff, and that's prohibited, so no drones out here. But otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. You're even allowed to bring your bicycle. You're just not allowed to ride them like on the actual nature trails. You actually, I think you're allowed to walk them down the nature trail though, so it's a little unusual. I get it because some of the nature trails are really uneven, and you have to be sure-footed to take some of the trails, and they do meander quite a bit, and there's some really tight turns. So I'm sure an experienced mountain biker could probably manage the terrain, but they're just trying to keep people from getting hurt. I get it. Now, this particular park is also located on the New Jersey Coastal Heritage Trail. That's a 300-mile long nature trail that kind of meanders up the coast, and it starts out in the Jersey Shore, and it'll take you all the way up to the Atlantic Highlands. So it's a pretty impressive trail, and if you are somebody who's really into challenging yourself, there's an option there. You can try to walk up the 300-mile trail from basically one side of New Jersey all the way up to the other. So the admission price for Cape Barnegat State Park is seasonal. There's a $1 fee that they charge per person between Memorial Day through Labor Day. The cool part is the rest of the time, in the off season, it's free admission. And I was here in the off season, you could tell, because the park was pretty empty. There weren't a lot of people there. So what's my bottom line for the Cape Barnegat State Park? I actually loved it, and I got in for free, so it was amazing. Even if I was paying the $1 admission fee, I think I'd still be really happy with it. It's just a nice place to go and spend some time. The nature trails are fun to walk. The interpretive center is a little small. It's mostly a gift shop. Nothing to call home about on that. Otherwise, it's a beautiful park, and I highly recommend it if you're given the opportunity. Well, that pretty much wraps up on my thoughts on Cape Barnegat. For the rest of this video tour, I'm just going to play a little music to finish it up. thanks for joining me on this tour of Cape Barnegat. If you enjoyed this vlog of the Adventure Schmuck, don't forget to like and subscribe.